What's going on, everybody? This is Rob Stallone from StalloneSports.com here to give you a free play in the NFL Week 13 for Sunday, December the 3rd. We're going to look at a game between the Carolina Panthers traveling to face New Orleans in an NFC South clash. New Orleans currently laying 4.5, over-under set at 48. We're going to lean here towards the New Orleans Saints, take a shot with them laying the 4.5 in this game. Carolina Panthers, I'm just not really sold on this team, coming off a very misleading final score last week in a game where they beat the Jets on the road 35-27. In a game they were actually outgained by 1.4 yards per play. They scored a defensive touchdown as well as a special teams touchdown in that game. McCaffrey was actually banged up last week. He's turned into be a very important weapon for this team who lacks offensive skill position talent. He's very important. He was banged up. Looks like he's going to return and play this week, but certainly isn't going to be at 100% from what I've been reading. Greg Olsen also returned to the lineup, which was a big boost for Carolina, but he injured his foot, and he's expected to play as well, but doesn't look like he's going to be 100%. I think this is a very big concern for the Panthers, who their offense it's just not working very well this year, to be honest with you. There's nothing really I like about this offense. They still can't run the ball. Cam Newton, they rely on him way too much to pick up yards in the rushing game. And they just don't have very many weapons along the outside since Benjamin was let go, and Curtis Samuels went down with injury. Behind Funchess, they don't really have much going for them there on the outside. I think this team is a bit overrated on the offensive end. I do like their defense, but they can be exploited as well, especially I think in the secondary. As for New Orleans, they're getting a little bit healthier on the defensive end. In this one, Crowley and Lattimore are going to be back, it looks like, to shore up that secondary, who had a couple difficulties last couple of weeks with Washington and the Rams. They should have success here, slowing down the Panthers' offense, in my mind. Offensively, this team's been very impressive. This dual-headed rushing attack with Ingram and Kamara has been absolutely outstanding, really opening up lanes for Drew Brees to move the ball down the field as well. Coming off a tough loss at LA, where they attempted to come back in that game, came up short. We all know how New Orleans usually plays on the road. I like them to bounce back here at home. This looks like a nice spot for them to back the Saints here, getting a lot healthier, especially on the defensive end. And I'm going to look to fade Carolina here. I'm not a big believer in this team. I think the Saints can pick up a nice home win here, win this game by a touchdown. We can lay the reasonable number, 4.5 here. This line's telling us that the Saints are only about 1.5 points better than the Panthers. I think they're much better than that. I think Carolina's going to come back down to earth these next couple weeks, especially with the injuries to their skill position talent. If Olsen and McCaffrey miss any time in this game, and they got to come back from a deficit, I just don't see that happening against the Saints here. I'm going to lean with the Saints as our free play for this week. I'm going to take the Saints minus the 4.5 prevailing number out there. I'm going to play it anywhere up to 6. You're getting over 6, you're not getting the best of the number, but I expect this line to go up, but I'll take the 4.5 right now as our free play in NFL Week 13. Go to StalloneSports.com, check out what we got going on this weekend. We got 3 plays in college football up and available, as well as 2 plays in the NFL. Looking to bounce back after a frustrating NFL week last week. A couple tough beats in that one, but put in the work this week, ready to go. I really like the 2 plays we've isolated. Going to lock in and attack those ones. Best of luck out there.